So I'm making this video, and then maybe I don't know if I'm going to take the break or not. If you watch this other video before this, I would highly recommend you going and watching it. Essentially, I need to reevaluate and do some soul searching. I need to restructure my teachings and my messages. I need to be more compassionate, more caring. Um, I need to also just take a look at how I come across sometimes and pick my words better. But this video is one that has been requested. I have been asked about this a couple times, and it is, what do I think happens after you die? And this, I believe Luca was the first one that asked me this question on YouTube. So this is going out to answer the question, essentially. I do not know. Up front and foremost, I don't know 100%, and I don't want to act like I do or say I do. I do, however, have a pretty strong feeling that it can only be one of a few things here, and I will give you my best case scenario as well. One is I do believe that you go back to that void, and you stay in that void until you go to another reality or another world or something of that nature. So, in one of the visions I had, it was almost like there was different. I don't want to say it looks like a bubble with the universe, because I personally don't believe there's multiverses and parallel universes. There could be. I just don't believe it. And I don't mean a bubble like that. It was like a thing that was like this, and it like sloped down a little bit, but there was multiple ones, and they just was like rotating. So I think that maybe these realities and worlds or universes or whatever you want to call them are already designed and set up, and you just go to one or pick to go to one or choose to go to one. That's what my gut tells me is the case. The second is reincarnation back here, which that may be, it's not bad, but the only way that it would make it bad for me, I think, is like as soon as you die, you think you die, you come straight out and you're back here. I hope that there's like time in between to where you can, like, you pretty much get to know everything and get time to soak it in and just enjoy that for a while, or until you choose to come back. So, and then the third thing, there's more than three. I'll just go into. I was originally only going to go with three, but I was contemplated this even further. The third thing is you go, and this is the one that I'm hopeful for, and but I don't know. It may be blind optimism with this one, that there really is a heaven. You know, there really is something outside of this that's separate from this, and it is heaven, and you can go there, and like maybe it's like kind of like, I guess you could, maybe it's a personal heaven to where all your family members and friends are there, and you get to there's no suffering, no death, none of this stuff, like, and it's just blissfulness for a while, and then you can stay there for however long, and then you can choose to come do this again or do something else again. It's really your choice. That would be the best case scenario, and that's what I'm really hoping for. And another thing it could be is maybe when you die, I don't really think you die. Let me just put that out there. I think that it is part of the illusion, and it's part of the experience that you die. I just think it's set up that way. So I don't really think you die. Your body may die, the character you're playing right now may die, but the thing you really are, the thing that's the mind, the thing that is not only creating all this, but is all this, does not die. So, but going even further into that, like, I think that I think that maybe there's another option, but I do think that it's either the void or this option I'm about to tell you. The other option is when you when you die, you are in I don't want to say another reality or dimension or a void. I just think you're somewhere where things start coming back to you. You can maybe remember, uh, you will fully remember who you are. You may have all your powers back. You may have unlimited consciousness for a while, and then you pick and set up your next life. Like you pick every detail of it out, and all the things that happen up until a certain point, and then go live that life. So it's almost kind of like just I guess put it this way. I heard this, and this was a really good explanation. I always say the dream thing, and a dream would work because when you're asleep at night, your mind is creating the dream. You can have emotions, you can have feelings in a dream, you can feel pain. You still have that thing in your head thinking in the dream, but what's the dream made out of? It's made out of your mind, just like I believe this is made out of your mind. But a different, well, I don't believe that. That's just, you go find this out. But if you can look at it like this, I heard this the other day, and this was kind of a really good analogy. It's kind of like you're a movie, even though I'm not saying this is really a dream or a movie. It's almost like you write a movie, you direct the movie, and then you put yourself in the movie as the lead character to have the experience of it. So basically, it's like just consider this like a 4D virtual reality movie, and you created it, you wrote it, you're directing it. But not only did you write it and you're directing it, but you are experiencing it. Well, and then the only way you can pull this off is to make yourself forget. You make yourself forget who you really are, in order to have this experience, get a semblance of reality, of other people, of just whatever, And I thought that was a really good analogy. So I kind of think that is the case. It's either my instincts tell me it's either the void, which time does not exist there. There is no form, so that's the place that's outside of time and space. Either you go there until you decide to go to another reality, another world that you've created, or you can come back here if you choose to and do this. You might can choose to do the same thing again. You might can choose to be, just in my case, Blake Ratliff again, and maybe just make it better and better, however you want to say it. Or I think that, like I said, I think that you go to somewhere that's, I guess, maybe outside of space and time too, but it's like you have some form, maybe it's not like a distinct form like this, but you have some form, and you pick your life out step by step up until a certain point, and you come back and you live that life. So, and this begs the question about free will. I made the video on free will. I've heard some interesting things about free will, how you really technically have no free will, which I don't necessarily buy, but I do. I think that I don't think you have free will up until a certain point, but I do think you can get free will. So, that's what I think. Could I be wrong? Yes. Do I know for sure? No. The only thing I'm pretty certain of is you do not die. Really die. And another thing that I'm pretty certain of is you live somewhere else. So, what is it? What is life? Where are you living? Where are you going to live at? What are you going to do? I really think it's something that you have decided. So, but I hope that answers that question, or maybe gives you my outlook and opinion on it more. And if anyone has any other theories or suggestions, what they think that happens after you die, let me know. I appreciate you guys. Again, it's a game of form and the play of life. I am you talking to you, and so is everyone else. So please realize this, and we can restructure this one. We just got to unite and come together. Love you guys.